Spotify! Yeah. Did it, guys. I've done my part. You do
10
it
out
for
of
me.
10. Well, I'll say good morning then. Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. Watching us live, on video on demand, or in your ears in the podcast devices. I am Lord Teammaker, aka Will McKellar, joining us this morning. Just a little calm today, needing coffee. James Atkinson.
Yes, I'm waiting for that jazz juice to get its way into my veins so I can actually feel like a human being.
It also sounded like he needs a gallon of the jazz juice. It's the wonderful and sultry smooth Chris Hagelman.
Ah! Yo, and me.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like it's gonna be the late night NPR version of TGWPIS where we're just all talking in deep voices the entire time.
Everyone is just not awake enough to actually use a regular ass voice.
So half falling asleep on the stream that you realize that half an hour's gone. You've been talking, but you can't remember exactly what you've been talking about.
That's the scary part.
James just spent 40 minutes talking about smooth jazz. I didn't know he knew anything about smooth jazz. Yeah, man.
It's wondrous how
He doesn't.
our knowledge of smooth jazz gets the moment we're not awake.
It's like he doesn't know anything about smooth jazz. He's just been making it up as he goes along.
That's jazz, though. So, by the fact that I've been making it up while I go along, means I know the essence of jazz.
That is jazz.
That is jazz.
So, on today's show, I think it might be a fairly quickish one, considering. let you guys maybe have a little lie-in, go back to bed for a bit, So it's we got content dump. We've got what we've been playing. We've got also news about tomorrow, and so shout outs and pimp outs. Oh yes. So first of all, do you remember the computer killer?
I remember a video killed the radio star.
Yeah, it didn't do it by a virus though. It did it by bludgeoning them. Crisis.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I called it.
It's back.
Yeah.
And everywhere semiconductor companies are screaming.
Yeah.
Because there's some news about Crisis. Now, I seem to remember Crisis having a great start, but then just sort of fell apart at the end. It became boring and people didn't like it. Do you remember that?
That is probably my experience with Crisis. I vaguely remember liking it and going, wow, this game is really pretty. And then halfway through just going I'm really bored. Crisis 2, on the other hand, a little bit better.
So I've got news about Crisis, right? Because this is not just a weird random tangent of me just sitting there going, "Hey guys, remember this?" and then just going on something else. No. Crisis is being remastered, and it is coming for a Nintendo Switch, and also PC again, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4. Oh yes.
How remastered are we talking here? They just, because I think that game holds up pretty well, right? If I'm not mistaken, it still can make some graphics cards scream. Now, that may be because the memory leaks in the game that caused your system to want to go and burn, melt down faster than their Chernobyl reactor. But maybe that's what they're doing, because they're planning on bringing it to the Switch. I can only imagine what that thing's going to be like.
That thing's going to burn up in your hands, isn't it? It's like, oh shit, that's hot. Now go wash them. Because according to Crytek, the enhanced version of the acclaimed first-person sci-fi shooter will focus on the original single-player campaign. The multiplayer mode shut down in 2018 and doesn't appear to be returning. and will feature remastered graphics and optimizations, including high-quality textures and improved art assets.
I heard that they're bringing ray tracing to it.
They are bringing HD texture pack, temporal anti-aliasing, SSDO, SVOGI, state-of-the-art depth fields, new light settings, motion blur, and parallax occlusion mapping.
Oh, great. More motion blur in a first-person shooter. That's all I've ever wanted.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, they're just...
Definitely not a one-way track to motion sickness.
Yeah, lens flare. Please tell me I get some lens flare, too. I really love lens
Just
flare.
fuck tons.
Fuck, because the human eye definitely has lens flare.
Well, particle effects will be added where applicable, and there's also talk of volumetric fog and shafts of light.
Lens flare. Great.
Software-based ray tracing and screen-based reflections.
There's the ray tracing. It's like the new hot buzzword. Does
It
anybody know
really
what
is.
ray tracing is? It's got ray tracing. It's like, great.
I mean,
What happened
yes,
to Bob
I do.
tracing? What is ray tracing?
As someone who has worked in this industry, ray tracing is a mathematical formula for calculating light beams. And you know what happens when you just put a whole bunch of that shit on? Slow shit down.
So Crisis.
We've had it for a long time.
Why does it matter now?
It doesn't.
So why has that become
All
the
it
big
is-
byword for this next generation?
So the big
Synergy.
reason why it's yes, the big reason why it's become so buzzwordy these days is I believe they've offloaded ray tracing capabilities from CPU to GPU. So the GPU is now running the numbers on the number of bounces beyond like 3 or 4.
Okay.
That's my guess. I haven't read up too much onto it because I'm like, oh, great. This is something that's existed in the industry for a long time. Very curious. So, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, because it just seems to be such that big thing in this generation, doesn't it? It's like PS5 has ray tracing. Or it's like, okay. You know what? Yeah. So Crisis. If it was Crisis 2 remastered, I would have been a bit more excited, I guess, because I liked.
What if it
really
was
liked
the
Crisis 2.
Crisis Collection remastered?
Ooh. I mean, I'd still go for it, I guess.
I mean, everybody would just buy it to play Crisis 2, because does anybody remember the third Crisis game?
Very, very, very briefly.
Chris, can I jump on to one of the predictions that you made? You said that
Sure.
Crisis was coming back, right?
Yeah.
Coming in 2021, Crisis Battle Royale.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably.
definitely.
Oh God, no!
So you too can watch all of your friends' graphics cards explode while playing each other in a Battle Royale. It'll be the most...
Featuring brand new 5 FPS gameplay.
Watch Dr. Disrespect rage as his computer melts down. Crisis Warzone.
Like his relationship.
Wow.
Oh,
I'm not awake.
It's going to be one of those kind of streams.
This is gonna be one of those kind of days.
Watch Ninja drop the N-word as his computer explodes. Crisis.
Nigel.
Battle Royale.
it's gonna be the last graphics card standing in Crisis Battle Royale.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the real
You only
battle there.
You only get one shot at it.
Hey, you want to know what? Perfect game for Intel to come out with their GPU series. Intel, we have the graphics card that can handle Crisis Battle Royale. You know they thought about
We
it.
run Crisis at 10 FPS.
No, that's too fast for Crisis. You can't do it.
They've gone plaid. And by plaid I mean really pixelated because this thing is freaking beastly.
Give me ludicrous speed.
I've
No,
got
Captain.
3 Titans. I've got 3 NVIDIA Titans bridged together, and I still can't handle this.
Still smoking. Crikey. Shut it down, shut it down.
It's good. That's not.
There's one thing as well, James.
Yeah.
James. I've got some goodish news for you.
Okay.
Right? Remember the other week we were talking about motor racing games and motor racing, and
Yeah.
the one thing that you said about in a motor racing game.
Yes, sure. I remember asking for something in a motor racing game. I had to forget.
Wasn't it motor racing management or team management?
I mean, yes. Besides from the one game that I have, that's Motorsport Manager.
Yeah. Well, I've got some news for you. I
Great.
do. This week, Codemasters unveiled the new F1 game, 2020, and motor racing team management is in it.
Can I play the entire game without ever setting foot in a car?
I imagine you could. Let's have a look. Let's take a gander.
That is ultimately my goal. As it
Is
was
to never have to actually play the driving part.
as is well documented. My whole point to getting to Football Manager was because I used to play FIFA. I used to play FIFA career mode and never play any games in career mode. I would just sim them because it was about buying, selling the players, and making the best team. Then I found Football Manager and I punted FIFA to the side because I found the game that did the thing that I wanted to do. So
everybody has, and there's apparently some competitions going on with it. Of Football Manager.
Yeah. Actually, the non-league teams are doing have been drafting managers from the Football Manager communities to represent them in like the Football Manager Stay-at-Home Cup. And one of the YouTubers I follow, his name's Tom FM, who's a Lincoln City fan, huge Lincoln City fan. Lincoln City hired him to be their manager for their team in this whole thing. So he's officially Lincoln City's like not esports or like, you know, Football Manager, which is great.
Scott Darren, why didn't they call you, for God's sake?
For Corby?
They know nothing. Yeah, Corby should call you for it.
I mean, I technically don't manage Corby right now. I manage TGWPIS FC, but I mean, I am. If they're in the cup, I am willing to listen to offers. The offer just being, I'll do it for free.
Live tweet them right now and see whether they're in the cup.
Just need a kit. Just give me I'll buy it and pay for the shipping, just like the Corby Town like managers like polo with JA on it. Just be like,
do it. Go for I dare you. I dare you.
It's not that hard. I mean, let's be honest. Football Manager, you stand. No, hey, they're semi-pro players. They've got managers. If they need help, I'm willing to help. I've got some tactical knowledge, which is basically me standing on the sideline screaming "demand more" from the players. And I don't know if they like a Gegenpress style attack with some tiki taka and vertical tiki taka.
I would tweet them. Do one of your tweets rather than Elon Musk.
While you look up the thing that you're looking up, I'll see if they're in it. If they're in it, I'll tweet them. If they're not in it, no point in me tweeting them. Fair?
Tweeting, get a minute. Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. Right. So Formula One, okay. Formula One, the new game. Headlining the lot is My Team, which allows you to create your own outfit to compete against the 10 existing teams on the F1 grid, and introducing some new management features to the series. So it's like a Michael Schumacher deluxe edition, because we all need deluxe editions these days, has also been announced, with owners getting access to the 7-time world champions F1 2000, in which he took his first title for Ferrari, as well as the Benettons he took on as in 94-95. So some classic Schumacher cars are in there. Also the new tracks that we can't go to because of, Corona. And finally, making a return is split screen mode. So we'll have to see what management features there are, but that sounds potentially exciting. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So how's that going? How's that looking?
It doesn't look like I'm not seeing any of them in it right now.
Right. So kind of like at the moment, also Gamescom, the live show has also been cancelled as well. So it'll definitely take place digitally is the other big news. Because it would be happening in August, but still uncertainty about when everybody's going to be allowed outside again, you know.
And when they're allowed outside, if we can actually get close to anybody.
Yeah. Because, you know, we're still being grounded for doodling on the walls and be shouting at people. So, sneezing.
You know, as you do.
Yeah. I tell you, this day and age, it's like one of the most weirdest and positive knock door runs I've ever seen. Because, you know, you hear the door go, you walk to it, you open it, there's nobody there, you look down, and there's shopping just appeared. It's like, what the hell? What's going on here?
None of your darnation is going on.
But weirdly, money just disappears from your wallet and bank accounts.
That's kind of normal over here, at least.
yeah, but normally that's a gunpoint, isn't it? So that's the content dump. Time to wipe with that toilet roll you've been hoarding.
Yes, you get. It is. Yeah. So I'm looking at it. It's called the EFL Managers Cup, Football Managers Cup, and right. Corby is not in it.
Well, I mean that's just disgraceful behavior on their part.
It's not. They. I understand why they didn't probably want to join in here. There's some pretty decent teams. Nottingham Forest, MK Dons, Stoke, Swansea, Brighton and Hove Albion, Wigan Athletic, Fulham. I mean, those are championship teams. Those are like right below the Premier League level teams. Leeds.
Hey. You have been a Premiership winning manager. You have been a European Champions League winning manager.
It only took $1 million investment money.
Hey, it still counts, and you did that strategy, and your strategy paid
and
off.
Like buying all of the Brazilian Wonder Kids.
There was nothing in the rules to stop you. So you did what was right. You did what was needed to be done, and you won. So that means that you should take the opportunity and go, I'll take one of your teams on, and I'll win it for you.
It may just take me 20 years. But don't worry, we'll simulate it the entire time.
Hey, we got the time.
We did. I do have the time. No, how did I win with Corby? It was I'm trying to think here. Our star players ended up being a German striker named Seti, a Belgian attacking midfielder, and then we had two English, an English and a Scottish wing back, a Brazilian defender, and I forget who the other central defender was. I think he was French. But the big thing is we had an English goalie, and he was like the best goalie in the... No, he was it was a Mexican goalie, and he was the best goalie in the world, but we got him when he just turned 18. So he trained at the club till he was 21, and then he became a homegrown player. And then he took on English citizenship, and he was never capped by Mexico at the senior level, so he took on English citizenship and started playing for England and became England's #1. So, and then I had a son in that game who was playing for the reserves. That can happen, by the way. If your manager is
James Jr.
Yeah, you laugh, but Football Manager has it if you're a manager, male or female, because you can be both in the game, that if you're a manager and you're over the age of 32, you can have a kid show up in your youth team. Your kid play for you, like show up in your youth team, which is even funnier. Or not, I would say funnier, but it just shows you how this game works. Is that you can have a kid, have him show up in your youth team, and then you can have that kid come out as gay in the game and play for the senior team. Which, I mean, I've had, as we've talked about, I've had a player come out as gay in my Football Manager save. I've also had a save where I had a player die in a car accident. It was like my best player died in a car accident. I was like, what? They're like, he had to retire from football due to an extreme injury. And I read the news story. Like, the news story was like, a player dies in tragic accident. I'm just like, oh my God. I mean, it happens, but it's like, oh my God.
It real.
It does real life. And people have added, the modders have added the coronavirus as a disease that football players can get that is somewhat terminal and like will block down the season if it shows up randomly. So there's like, it's like with Brexit happening, there's also a chance coronavirus can happen now if you install that mod.
Are you going to install it?
Hell no. I'm in the year 20.
Oh, you're going to furlough it then, are you? You're going to say, look.
Hang on. We're in the year 2027 in my save now.
Right.
Kind of a little bit past it at this point. I assume a vaccine has been made.
Yes.
In my version of Football Manager.
I mean, it could be worse. I mean, you could have gone to the year 3000. You know, not much has changed, but they live underwater.
Yeah, we play football in domes.
Like Rocket League.
It's totally.
Welcome to the Aerodome.
Welcome to the Aerodome.
Hang on, the HSBC Aerodome. Come on, we've got to name it after banks and shops and shit.
Yeah.
I'm very unhappy. By the way, I'm very unhappy with my
company.
board in TGWPIS FC right now. They're cutting the funding. The chairman wants to sell the club, and we're expanding the stadium to 25,000 seats. But guess where our home games are played now? Leicester.
Kettering?
Leicester.
Oh, Leicester.
Leicester. We have to go to the King Power Stadium from Corby.
I mean, it's not bad. It's not far.
It's not far, but it's not Corby.
I mean, you know, in terms of if you compare it to, let's say, you go into New York City, where you guys are, then,
Can
you know,
please just get past this giant.
It's not.
Corby.
It's not that bad to get to New York City. I've done it.
Yeah.
Once you get to the coast in Connecticut, it's pretty easy to get to New York City because there is just like a train that goes there. It's just getting to the coast is the bitch part of it.
See, whereas with us, it's either a slight bitch of getting to the train where we have to change, you know, Kettering to go to Leicester, or we drive to there and it's like 45 minutes.
Yeah, for us it's about the same. But the last couple times I've gone to New York is for baseball games. And what's nice about that is that like a lot of the time they have this thing called the Yankee Clipper, which is a train that is a direct line from Stanford to right outside Yankee Stadium. Like it drops you off at the stadium and it only makes 2 stops.
Nice.
So it's just like you get on the train and it's $25 and then all of a sudden round trip too because they drop you off and then you get back on the train and it takes you right back. So, and it gets you there like 10 minutes before first pitch. So you get in the kit, you get in the stands and everything. It's perfect.
Well, nice, because that way there's no pissing about waiting an hour and a half and 2 hours waiting for things to happen.
Yeah. I mean, but this is Yankee Stadium, so they've got like a Hard Rock restaurant built into the stadium. They've got Monument Park, which has the placards of all the famous Yankees that have happened over the years. It's a nice place to go to. But I've done that. I've been to plenty of baseball games, so I don't need to do that. I just need to show up and watch them hit the ball with the stick.
Yeah, and here he comes. Is he going to hit the ball? Oh, he's missed. That's one.
I'm planning on getting Kim a shirt because she doesn't really care about much of the sports that I care of. She says I can only follow 3 sports at one time, so which is fair, and she counts Football Manager as a sport.
Well, I mean, you know, she's right.
She told me that if we ever get married and we get divorced, she's going to state the reason as Football Manager, and I told her that I'm just going to send my assistant manager to deal with it. She just looked at me. I'm like, what? But the shirt I'm gonna get her is just like, I just hope both teams have fun. Figured that would be a good one. I just hope both teams had fun.
Nice. So speaking of football manager, have you been playing that this week?
Yes. way too much. Way too much football manager. I have from episode 52 to episode 66 recorded and waiting to be edited. So it's a little bit. We're in the Premier League now. Starting the Premier League season.
So shit's getting real.
Yeah, no, now I have the money to buy all the Brazilian Wonder Kids.
Your management team just, the owner now is like, no, we don't want you to.
Well, the guy's openly trying to sell the club. So this is how my summer went. They gave me my money. I panic bought a bunch of players because I realized half my team is quality for the championship and not the Premier League. And I'm like,
yeah.
And all of those players happen to be in my defense. I've got like a world-class attack, and my defense is okay. And I'm like, oh, shit. So I bought a bunch of players that are better, but maybe I overspent a little bit, but they were on the transfer list. So I was like, okay, fine. Bought all those, did that business, and I'm like, great, maybe I'll sell a couple players, see where it goes. All of a sudden, transfer window opens, like, you are under an embargo for a possible takeover by a Saudi oil baron. I'm like, oh, well, I need to buy players. And they're like, no, this is going to take 3 weeks. Fuck. So I'm sitting there just like, it's one of my targets gone. It's one of my targets gone. It's one of my targets gone. Then they're like, hey, the embargo's lifted. I'm like, great. We didn't sell the club. The guy's still looking to sell it. This could happen again. Fuck.
Yeah. It's like, look, I don't want Saudi blood money, all right?
I'm fine with Saudi blood money. Just give me the money to buy people. Just don't block me to buy people. I missed out on 3 players that would have improved the team massively.
Yeah, I just know now later down the line, if there's sort of like a Where Are They Now sort of documentary about TGWPIS, there's that sound clip right there. Hi, I'm fine with Saudi blood money.
I'm fine with Saudi blood money.
I just need them to let me buy my shit.
Just for the record, PSA, the TGWPIS, no members of TGWPIS actually okay.
This is FM Manager James. This isn't TGWPIS James. There is a gulf in difference.
Do we have to send a letter from HR?
FM Manager James is a character that I portray, much in the way of Stephen Colbert in the Colbert Report. He only cares about one thing, winning, and he doesn't care how much human trafficking he has to do to get it done. Go down to Newcastle, go over to the boat, open up the storage container. Oh, here are all my new Wonder Kids. Come on, guys. We're going to downtown. We're going to downtown Corby. Get in the bus.
Yeah, and then when you're in Newcastle, get some Nuki Brown.
And they're all sitting, all the Jordans are like, what day?
Oh, I'm waiting for Lisa to say something there. Go on, carry on with you, Geordie.
No, I'm not. That's like about the best I could do. I'm stopping there. I have to, if you want me to get good at Geordie, I'll watch Sunderland Till I Die a couple more times. Because that is an accent.
Go Sid Waddell. Oh, why, man? You're going to tune. I'm gonna get a kick in for that one.
Isn't it like you start off and there's like a direct it's like it's a verse curve, it's a bell curve like kind of directly up with how loud you get.
Yeah,
it's just like so you start off quiet and you're like, how you doing?
Sorry, the air went down the wrong way there.
See, it's very strange. Like these Wonder Kids who can only speak Portuguese, you come in and they get first introduced to that, and then they come into the Corby, who are like, hey, we've helped the economy. There's a lot of mom and pop shops getting popped up in that area. It's funny, we have a sponsorship deal from a local business, and I've been sitting there thinking, like, what? I've actually Googled what local businesses are in Corby so I could start saying, like, this is the business, this is sponsoring us now on our kits. Thought about, like, taking it and, like, redoing the kit so it has, like, the local business on it.
Yeah. It's like, you know, when Formula One, with the new sort of drivers and stuff, when they go into, you know, they go into new teams. Hello, Dr. Electro, how you doing? Welcome in. But when they have the new drivers and stuff, you know, they're innocent. They don't know anything about that. They get taught English by the pit crews. And so when they go on to, you know, interviews and stuff, it's like, well, you know, how did your race go? Your preparations for the race? Oh, it's fucking shit. Can't say that on live TV.
that was like me. My assistant manager is Dutch.
Right.
And when I hired him, he didn't know how to speak English. Literally the first day, like, I hired him, he accepted the job, we had a match. And we got there to the stadium, they're like, do you want to take the press conference? They're like, send the assistant manager. Like, he doesn't know how to speak English. He's just I'm like, you'll figure it out.
Like the show in the UK called The Fast Show. The Fast Show is like, Chris what? And that's it for the entire.
And then obviously I took the post conference because we lost the game. It was like one of the 5 losses we've ever had in our history, and the guy asked a really stupid question. He's like, "Why did you let your assistant manager go into do the interview team talks when you know he can't speak English?" And I because there's a spot where you can type in your own comments. So I assertively told him to shove it up his ass, the effing C word.
I suppose you went because I didn't want to talk to you.
I got fined. The game knew enough to fine me £15,000 for swearing at a journalist. And got a warning from the FA.
It's hi. I didn't want to speak to you because I know Piers Morgan liked cock.
So whenever that guy shows up, I just say no comment to him, and then I storm out of the press conferences.
I find your questions disingenuous.
What is the thing is like, this is horrible, my day is now ruined. I forget the name of the meme. But yes, I have to talk about what I have been playing. Lots of Football Manager. Lots of headcanon going on in this game. I am very, very happy with our striker, Pepe. Or as I like to call him, Pepe Hands. Whenever he scores a goal. Because for whatever reason, his character model just runs the quarter flag doing this. I'm like, Pepe Hands. All the time. When he scores. It's great.
Does he run sideways because it's more of a crab?
Sometimes because he'll do a cartwheel.
No, okay.
He also made me very happy because Bayern Munich came in and like offered £60 million for him. And he was like, I have no intention of leaving the club. I don't want to even talk to them. I'm like, my man, Pepe. Meanwhile, my star midfielder that's been with the team since we've been in the lower leagues and is like the captain of the club, PSG like offers like £10 million for him. He's like, I'm pissed you didn't let me go to PSG. I'm like, you're the fucking club captain. You've been here forever. He's like, I want to go. I'm like, £35 million.
Get me the fuck out.
I'm like, he's like, oh, we need to go. I want to go to a club that has a bigger stature. I'm like, you've been with the club forever. You're the highest paid player. You're the captain. And we're going to the Premier League. And you want to go to PSG? Take your Saudi blood money.
Yeah.
Once again, to my fact, as FM manager James, he took that Saudi blood money for that kid.
And do you know what you do with that? You go up to him and go, you do know that PSG doesn't have iron brew there.
He wanted to go. So I let him go, and then I bought 2 Brazilian wonder kids who were just as good as him with that money.
And then you face them in the Champions League and smash them.
That's what's going to probably happen. I'm excited for that. Because here's the best part. We played a couple of games since I sold him.
Yeah.
He has yet to play for PSG.
Right.
Meanwhile, he would have started in the Premier League as one of the better midfielders in the Premier League.
So they pretty much benched him.
Yeah, they did. They're paying he went from getting paid 37 million pounds a week to 70 million pounds a week to sit on PSG's bench and play for their reserves.
Yeah.
I told him he could have stayed. And because you can when you sell players, you can kind of like let them know, like you can talk to them before they leave. And most of the time I tell them, you've been a great servant of the club, and we'd love to have you come back. And most of the guys like, yeah, I'd love to come back. I love being here. And I looked at the guy and I just said, you've been the worst player I've ever had. Go fuck off. You want to know why? His midfield partner, Joey Keating, Irish midfielder, box-to-box, deep line playmaker. Bayern Munich came in with 60 million pounds. You know what he said? Gaffer, I want to stay. See, he gets it. He knew what he wanted. And, like, guess who's new club captain?
He's like, I like your loyalty. I like your loyalty to the family.
He also had last season he had 18 yellow cards and 1 red card.
So he's like the Vinnie Jones then.
Yeah, he's literally my he's like my Irish enforcer in the middle of the midfield. He just tackles everything. He actually injured Kylian. We played Manchester City in one of the cup games. He injured Kylian Mbappe because he went with a 2-footed lunge and got a red card, but forced Mbappe off the pitch. And I'm just like, I'm really pissed at you, but I'm secretly not pissed at you. Here's a couple £1,000 bonus.
On the Daniel Bryan thing.
Yeah, he hacked him. It was great. Just like, yeah, no. Shit. Then I got fined from the FA again. I get fined a lot.
That seems to be your
my MO.
Yeah, it is.
I swear a lot in the media. I yell at the refs are just like, what did you think about this? I'm like, the refs are blind and idiots. And they're like, you can't talk about the refs like that. I'm like, watch me.
It's like, yes, I can.
I just did.
Idiots.
Hello?
I'm an American manager. What do you think? We've all seen the NBC SN.
Yes.
The best word is they're Tottenham. 3 points. No points or no points. What are you doing kicking the ball?
So, is that all you've been playing this week?
No. I will explain the other stuff I have been playing. Very quickly. We played D&D on Saturday. For those of you who watched it, and for those of you who wanted to see the replay, it was great. We had fun. I brought combat back to our game. It only took 13 episodes for me to bring combat in.
Yep.
And apparently traps that I didn't even plan for. The party just did it themselves. And it
was hard to watch.
I'm sitting there, I'm like, there's literally, I didn't want to say it, but I'm like, there's literally a path down, but everybody else is just like, let's go the wrong way. And then, I'm just going to teleport onto slippery rocks and fall into the crowd. Oh my god. And I'm just sitting there just watching this, I'm like, I really don't need to do anything. You guys are going to kill yourselves before I do it.
Yeah.
Then Spooter Boodle. Spooters. They're the deadliest enemies in any campaign.
Spiders are the most difficult enemy in the game.
Yep.
You know, I say it that's my motto. Spiders are the most difficult enemy in the game.
So I had them fight 8 spiders, which is for their party, their challenge rating should have been easy. I admit I kind of gave myself a tactical advantage. And I nearly killed the player again. And then you guys finally got ahead on them, but it was touch and go for a little while.
Yeah, excuse me.
And so there was that, and then the other games I'm playing is Disco Elysium.
Yes, how are you finding it?
Day 3.
Wow.
Very interesting. I'm going with a low physical, but high, like maxed intelligence and psych guy.
Yeah.
So he can't do anything physically, but like he's just like out of his freaking mind. It's pretty fun. Fallout 76. because the Wasteland DLC came out.
Yeah. Are people actually starting to be able to enjoy that now? Have they actually sorted it to make it?
There are NPCs in the game.
Oh,
Yep.
is that what that's finally released?
Yeah, that's what they added the population.
Yeah, the NPCs in the game, they give you quests. They're obviously still working out a lot of bugs, but a lot of people are starting to say this game is
playable
and going in a very more positive direction.
It only took them, what, a year?
Yeah. And then let's not talk about First, which is if you want to play in a private server. But I would say this. I started a new character. Just to say, like, let me get back into this. I'm level 5 now. I went in. I walked down. I went to the main quest, like the first kind of quest hub area. Got my first quest. A level 280 player was there. Walked up to me, waved, went into his Pip-Boy, dropped a bunch of stuff on the ground, gave me water, food, a decent gun to start with, a good gun for another level, and some armor. And then waved at me and he just said, "I help out new players. Here's some stuff to get yourself started. Enjoy the game." And I was just like, I've never...
Is Wasteland paid or free?
Free LC.
Excellent.
I just kind of looked at him like, really? He's like, yeah. You know, even if he's like, I'm happy that more people are playing. Have fun in the Wasteland. I was like, I've never experienced this in any MMO.
Yeah, what's going on here?
I
mean, I've occasionally experienced stuff like it's more from friends helping out do stuff like, here's some stuff for you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And the guy had his like...
Well, I mean, you remember the emergency squad?
Yep. There's a guy who role plays a doctor in Fallout 76. I haven't ever met him, but he like role plays a doctor who like all he does is he logs on, he makes stim packs, he sells them, he treats injuries for players who show up. He has people who go out and collect stuff for him, and he buys it off him for caps so he doesn't have to go and collect. He has people who help make them. And it's at the point where he has an Excel sheet and stuff on his computer where he has 401k plans for the NPC, for the player characters in Fallout 76, that as they work, he pays them a salary and a retirement plan that they can draw on at any time. I'm just like...
Dedication.
I mean, great for him.
To the art.
Yeah.
You make your own... I think as bad as Fallout 76 has been, and it's been bad, I think this is one of the few games where you see a lot of silver lining, where like the fact that there wasn't NPCs for a year, that people got to make their own fun, and like just the stories you hear coming out of it. Like there was a guy who was playing a raider, who was being a griefer, but a group of people finally arrested him, and they actually held a trial, like player characters all in a courthouse where the jury was selected from people who were on the server. And did it. So, it was just interesting. Is Fallout 76 bad? That's a difficult question. I mean...
Is it as bad as Red Dead 2? Is that or the single player? Because the single player, once it got... I really enjoyed it, got into. I know that's it's a bone of contention with some people, because some people don't like Arthur and it's boring, but... I've not played the online, so I couldn't tell you.
Let me take a look here real quick. Fall. Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's as bad as many of the reviews claim it to be. Like on the merit of the game, it's not that bad.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. If you want an idea, because it's on Steam now. Let's talk about it. It's PvP has to be like, so they have PvP in it, and they have like where like players can shoot you and like try to get yourself, but it has really reduced damage. So if a player just tries to kill you outright, they can't do a whole lot of damage to you until you fire back at them, and then at that point, that's when they flag PvP is engaged. So there's that help for it too. Also, like people who are griefers get cap bounties put on their heads, and they show up on the map. so everybody can see where everybody is. And if you're griefing, there's a cat bounty over your head, which means people will band
Everybody
together.
knows where you are.
Yeah. And you do less damage to people while they can do more damage to you, and they get a raid party together, and you can go murder a guy. But I can tell you, most of the player characters I have met have been helpful. Like, I had to go into an area to kill a boss, and, like, a high-level guy and a newbie were running in there, and they, like, invited me to their party. They're like, we're going in there to kill him. You just come in with us. We'll help you do it. I'm like, okay. VATS is interesting, too, because it's in real time, but it's kind of helpful. It's a good progression of VATS. I'm looking at the price right now because it's on Steam. By the way, there's a shop. Know that there's a shop. Let's talk about the shop. It's a cosmetic shop. Just get that out of the way. It's $39.99. I would probably say it's a $25 to $30 game. Would you agree with that, Chris?
Yeah, I would agree.
Like, for $40, it's pushing it a little bit. If it goes on sale for...
It's well within the range of what its cost is. It can be worth 40. Like, it is definitely, like, I would wait for a sale, but it is an option to buy it at full price, and you can still get your worth out of it.
Yeah, could you get $40 worth of gameplay out of it? Absolutely. Absolutely you could. Have I gotten out of it? Not yet. They've also got some cool stuff. They got photo mode in there, which you can take pictures of your character doing random things and stuff, which is really cool and interesting. And which is really kind of funny because if those photos you take become your loading screens.
Mm-hmm.
So as Chris will remember, when me and him played Fallout 76 together, most of my loading screens are the janked out hotel when we were able to see through all the walls and into the void of nothingness.
Oh my god, yes.
Those are all my loading screens. So, the music is phenomenal in the game. It's an interesting premise. I don't know where I stand on it. What I do know is I need to play it more. Because the NPCs being in the game now, you can run across random NPCs. There are quests in it. It feels like a Fallout game now. Which is nice. And if I really wanted to, like, and essentially if you spend $30 or $40 on it and then subscribe for 1 month for $12, you essentially get a private server that you and 8 of your friends can just play on. So at that point, for $52 for 1 month, you can have a Fallout 76 single player experience without any players. Which is something you can do. I'm interested to see where this goes because there's a lot more content. And I think playing with other people is interesting because, like I said, most of the people I've played with are good and nice people. They just want to help you. I think at this point, with how much shit has happened in the game, the majority of the griefers are gone. They've moved on to Valorant.
Mm-hmm.
And CS:GO and League and Overwatch. Insert MOBA Warzone. Call of Duty Warzone. Where you can aim bot. The last thing I played, and don't laugh too hard at this, Fate Extella Link.
What?
I'll explain it to you. Anybody here know the Fate anime?
Yep.
Okay. It's the Fate anime does Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah.
So
I was wondering when that was going to happen.
Yep. It does Dynasty Warriors better than Dynasty Warriors. So the best way to describe it is, hey, do you like being like Lu Bu with anime waifus? This is the game for you then. This was also just me escalating the Cold War I'm having with Kim, who's been playing a lot of Atomi games, a lot of like dating sim anime boy games. So this was my salvo. Oh, you're gonna play those? Well, I'm gonna play a game with anime waifus where I just murder people by the thousands. Because I can. Also, apparently Nero, the German emperor, is a 16-year-old blonde anime waifu. That's not weird.
Not weird or creepy in the slightest.
Hey, King Arthur's a chick in this game too. More power to him. Charlemagne's still a dude. So is Gawain.
Yep.
And I've met Lu Bu. So Lu Bu is in the game. So connected. Done. Nailed it. 10 out of 10.
Yep.
That's all I've been playing. If Chris is still playing Morrowind, I may have to re-download that too, just so I can play an MMO with him.
Elder Scrolls? Yeah, I'm still playing it.
Okay.
I've taken a brief pause because Dark Souls 3 went on sale and a bunch of friends just picked up Dark Souls 3. And,
good. I'm not buying it.
Yeah, I have no intention to try and convince you to.
That is just not my fun.
I am currently level 32 and I am in the dungeon. I'm making my way down to the region below the dungeon.
Making my way downtown. Gonna go smack some elder gods with my big sword. Da 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 da.
But da da da.
And I'm gonna stomp you and then stab you with my big sword.
And then I'm gonna go and praise the sun.
I'll meet my friends. We'll have some fun. Oh, if only I could rekindle the flame.
And sing and dingle that bell to meet you. And hopefully I won't grief you tonight. High quality content here.
What else have you been playing, Chris?
Elder Scrolls Online. I picked it up. I picked up ESO Plus for like a little bit. I picked up 3 months worth, so pretty much, hopefully, the quarantine time frame. I've been having fun with it. It's been enjoyable. Played a little bit of some other games. Poked my nose into a few things, tried a few things, and yeah. But mostly just ESO and this.
Fair enough. Whereas myself, I have been setting things up again for tomorrow, because tomorrow we'll get to in a little bit. But I have been playing some more.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes, I've got through. I think I'm going to be starting mission 6. Because Tuesday I didn't play anything too brilliant, so I decided to take the day off streaming. Progressing through of Assassin's Creed. Cassandra still banging people when she can, trying to flirt outrageously with them. Getting jumped by about 2 or 3 bounty hunters at one point. It's the usual sort of stuff in Assassin's Creed, and it's going okay. Played some more Rally. I did Tim's challenge because Tim has put up a league of his own on the Band of Gamers Discord. So I tried that this morning. I maybe lasted 5 minutes before my car decided it wanted to fly into a telegraph pole at about 60 miles an hour.
As you do.
Yeah, it just went, I have to go. My people need me. So it decided to go via a telegraph. And yeah, that sucked. I have played some more of Rocket League, which the servers on PCN seem a bit balked because it was giving me no end of grief last night. Latency issues and dropped packets.
Probably because a lot of people are like you playing Rocket League.
There doesn't seem to be that much research. I mean, it wasn't affecting, like Jay, when we're playing it, and it was just weird, very weird. A lot of the time it was damped. Played some, what else did I play? Played a little bit of Tricky Towers with Robin, who is very good at the game. If she goes, yeah, do you want a friendly game of this? No, just be careful of it, right? Like Monopoly. We tried some Monopoly Plus earlier in the week. The game hates me, right, on PC. It really does. It was just really wrecking everything else, landing on all her properties. I was down to $1 a couple of times, like Markiplier, who and his mates playing YouTube. Because I was watching them, and that's what got me the itch to play some Monopoly. And I played some Uno Flip with Letitia, Kimmy, the patrons of TGWPIS, and Geo. Geo, the lucky bastard, right? And
oh my god, the fucking luck in Geo is absurd.
Now, sadly, the reason he had to leave was not good. Right? Let's point that out. Let's hope his family and himself are okay. If you're listening to this, Geo, we love you, and we hope you're okay. Now, see Jim just taking his off. Don't worry, mate. I'll give you. But yeah, so he left as soon as myself, Kimmy, and Letitia did 41 cards at him. It's like, you lucky bastard. You let the AI do that. Did some more pinball this morning because I wanted to do some more for a challenge that is for Extra Life this year, which we'll talk about in a couple of weekends' time. And I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, I did the Omega Rally Championship as well. I tried some more of that. And I did the first stage of it, and it goes, oh, you've done this in 5 minutes 15. I'm sitting there going, that felt fucking longer than this. That felt a lot fucking longer than 5 minutes. And it only has 3 courses. Which, now I can see why this game was free on Xbox. So, which leads me into tomorrow. Because tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, chat with me, it is episode 200 of the Sunday service. We have finally reached 200 episodes, and it is the 12-hour on behalf of Crohn's and Colitis, where I'm playing shit games for those 12 hours, including Omega Rally Championship. And one of the greatest first-person shooters I have ever played, starring the great Hollywood actor Mickey Rourke. Yes, I'm going to be playing Rogue Warrior. And aliens. but yeah, so if you can join us tomorrow, please do. I shall get the charity link into the chat if you can donate, because I've had to change the the targets, because we smashed £200, and then I put it up to £400, and then yesterday we passed that, so it's up to 500, which the team total for you guys is a whopping £651.77. So if we hit £800 for the team, the Yorkshire Trader will get his lungs out for James and one of his videos, so we can do a commentary on it for you guys, which I'm looking forward to doing. It's going to happen. It is going to happen.
I'm going to have to make a specific Doom video for that then. I'm going to have to do as many wild and crazy things as I can think of.
Yeah. So did you say you were going to do something as well after my stream?
We were going to do the commentary, the snooker commentary, right?
Yep.
We can still do that, yeah.
Yeah, we I think me and Chris confirmed that we would do snooker commentary.
Yeah.
Yep. I still have no idea. I literally know nothing about snooker except that it's played on the same kind of table as a pool.
Yeah, we were just going to take one of your snooker videos. You just tell us which one, and me and Chris are going to watch it in real time and comment on it.
Yep.
I'll tell you what. Take number.
Send me the
take number. Take the one I'm going to be putting up today. All right. Take the one I'll be putting up today that I did yesterday.
Okay.
Do that.
It's a bold move, Cotton. What if it'll work out?
Yes.
I have
the narration of Jim and Jim.
Jim and Jim.
We have sports coats on.
We are not going to be liable for anything that we say in that, because it is going to be all for jokes and probably a lot of it very offensive to some people. Warn you now.
Potentially, yeah.
Innuendo laced as well, I imagine.
I have yet to decide which way I'm going to go. Either like 1970s basketball announcer, monster truck announcer, or basically Cotton from Dodgeball. just trying to decide.
We just don't go Jim Nance, yeah, because that's far too wholesome.
Just do my golf announcing the entire time, and he's lining up the shot. You know, it's he won the Masters back in 2018. It's very
and boy did he! He had such a technique.
He caught hold of his wood and just drove it into the hole.
That's a man who knows his shaft.
It's gonna say, like, is Jim Nance really that wholesome? If I do, like, he's rubbing down the shaft, making sure it's lubricated very well. Now he's a master of the balls.
You know this guy's a good player when he knows how to handle his wood.
He does know how to handle his wood. You know, he has perfected it, and it's very straight and narrow. There's no curve on that wood at all.
You know they say sometimes a little bit of curving is okay. Sometimes it's okay, but you know what? Not in this game. In this game, you want the least amount of curvature.
Absolutely, but though as a strange move, he tends to use a shorter stick than most. It says it gives him more control over his movement of the balls. Now, you know,
there's a lot to be said about that, but you need to know that there is a bit more circumference around that particular type. Using that, you know, he's going to have an advantage. He's going to have the same type of advantage as someone using a longer, thinner shaft.
Exactly. Well, his opponent is using a longer shaft, but it's a lot thicker, and he's choosing the black cue today.
Interesting.
Long black shaft for his opponent. As he's sitting there.
Well, it looks like the comparison is utilizing a bamboo shaft instead. You know, it's more lightweight. It's a little more versatile, but it's not an option taken by most people.
Exactly.
You know? It's really unfortunate. It's really quite a unique type of wood. Very and
an acquired taste by some, but some people do. Once they've got it, they don't want to ever go away from it.
This is accurate. This is very true. You know, as a man who I can't continue this one.
Yeah, we have to stop.
Not while playing Dark Souls.
Not while playing Dark Souls. There's a little preview of what I mean. Just dick jokes. It's gonna just be dick jokes.
It's gonna be a lot of dick jokes, a lot of cock and balls.
Yeah, about an hour's worth of dick jokes.
Oh God, an hour's worth.
Yeah,
that's easy.
Yeah. I mean, we did do an entire podcast about just gas stations. So
about masturbation gas stations.
Yeah, we
pastries and porn mags.
Yeah. What was it like? A pull in some petrol.
Yep. Pull in some petrol. Pull off. Get your nozzle and sink it in.
Get some Twinkies for your Winkies.
Wasn't it also a pancake place?
Yeah, I think it was like a Waffle House.
Yeah, it was a combination gas station, Waffle House /
and didn't
low key prostitution.
Didn't also start because Will was playing American Truck Simulator, and like that just was like we just went off.
Yep.
Yeah.
I forget what episode that was, but God. If they do the podcasting awards, I nominate we give them that episode.
That was our mega episode. That was the big one.
Oh God, it was.
That was our season end / premiere.
Just dick jokes. All the dick jokes. All the high quality content here from TGWPIS all the time. Just the top tierest of quality. Oh my God. I keep forgetting about the things that I've done and said. I mean, Saudi blood money has come up multiple times today. You can clip me on that.
50 Shades of Grey, the board game.
Oh my God.
Yep. That was an adventure. Oh my God. Is this just turning into the Reminisce episode?
It's
a reminiscence hour.
I mean, when we have our final episode of the season, what are we gonna do? That's a legit question. I know we're at the end of the show and I was like, what are we gonna do for episode What are we on? Season 4, episode 50? This will be episode 200 of TGWPIS. What are we doing for episode 200?
Wow.
4
I don't know,
years.
we'll have to call him and just go,
4
Oi,
years.
do you want to come back on? We're going to have to think about
4
that.
years of TGWPIS.
4 years of TGWPIS. Starting 5 years. Ending 4 years.
Yeah.
Starting 5 years of TGWPIS.
Wow.
50 episodes a season.
Mm.
At 50 episodes a year. Think about that. Fuck.
Wait, no, this weekend is also my, what was it? It's been 6 years streaming, on and off. 4 years starting now as an affiliate this week.
It's true. Just absolutely
Crazy shit.
insane. So, everybody, that gives you guys a little bit to think of. What do you want us to do? We'll start polling people. Well, you know what? That's what we're going to do. We're going to lead the shows from now until episode 50 or 52. Because I don't think we've taken a... We haven't taken... Me and Will were talking, but we haven't taken a break yet.
No.
I guess just...
We've got 2 weeks to take a break on.
And to be honest, I don't think we will, because what else are we going to do on a Saturday morning?
Right?
We're in
Half the reason
lockdown.
why I'm not here is because I'm not awake.
Yeah. I got no football to watch. I got nothing to
Oh my
watch.
God.
The Premier League season
My
is not
sleep
going
schedule
on
is
right
so
now.
shafted.
I'd probably wake up and
My
play
sleep-
Football Manager. So save me from
Yeah,
playing more.
I
video
mean,
games.
here I am playing Dark Souls in the podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a normal podcast. So we're gonna lead that. That's gonna be the lead into every show after your little MacGuffin is just like, hey, we're having episode 200 come up. What should we do, guys? Let us know in the comments. We don't ask for comments, but now we're gonna ask for comments.
We're going to ask for comments.
We can ask
What
for
do you guys
comments.
want to see?
We should put a poll out to all of our streamer friends too. What did they
yeah.
want? What would they like to be a part of? Episode 200. You know what? Because by the way, I have the naming conventions figured out, right?
Right.
Okay. So if we don't take if we don't take a break and we have to do 52, it's going to be episode 199, episode 199.1, episode 199.1.2, episode 200. It's just going to be a continuation of that episode.
Yeah. I'm good with that. That sounds like a plan.
Yeah. Sounds like good to me.
Meme review. Great. All right. Who are we rating? I haven't even looked.
That's a good question.
Ooh, okay. All right. We've got some choices here. Let's get some choices. We have Flat Battery, T. Paulin, Cosmic Gamers, or John S. Reed.
We haven't done Cosmic Gamers in a long time.
We did Cosmic Gamers a couple of weeks ago.
Did we?
Yeah, we did. We saw them on. I was just like, hell yeah, Cosmic Gamers.
I'm not gonna lie. That was probably a weekend where I was passed out.
Yes, it was. But that's okay.
Could do John S. Reed.
We okay with John? He's playing Astral Chain, which means a Switch game. Yeah, we'll do John Reed today. Oh my god, when I play Slash, all the commands come up. This is strange. Also, because John's name's a little bit easier to spell than Cosmic Gamers.
Yep, true. True. Lack of coffee, it does make a soul more difficult to work with.
It does. All right, everybody. We've been us. You've been you. This has been TGWPIS. I almost said TGWPIS FC. That's my outro for TGWPIS FC. I've been me. You've been you. This has been TGWPIS FC, and we'll talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye bye. That is the outro. I have an outro, guys. I have created an outro. Think about that.
You have an outro. I have an intro.
Yeah, but this isn't TGWPIS FC yet.
Hi everyone, I'm Lord Teammaker on behalf of the Game One Player podcast and content creators. And
I'm waiting for we're gonna have the game show music, like the theme to The Price is Right, going like, "Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to TGWPIS. I'm your host, James Atkinson, and then joining me today is my wonderful co-hosts, Mr. Lord Teamaker and Chris Hergelman.
Wait, why am I the asshole character now?
I'm the asshole character. When did we change roles?
Yeah, but I have the asshole intro.
It's all right, fucker.
It's just you just open it up with the John Cena theme.
Joe Exotic bit. All right, motherfuckers.
Just like,
what's up, bitches?
Technically, you are John Cena because now you see me, now you don't. No camera. All right, everybody, we've already rated. This is all for you guys who are listening in the background. Thanks for sticking around this long. Thank you, audio listeners. Thank you, YouTube people, because you're going to see this too. It's been a ton of fun. Have a good one, and we'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
There's the end button.